What up, everybody?
We here.
We here.
That's
my catchphrase.
Nope. You son of a.
We're here to talk about who won 2019. It's been a couple months, but I think this is a conversation worth having.
We need to do the research.
Because here's the thing. I think it's Florence Pugh. I really do. I think she is on the come up. I think she was in 3 of my favorite movies of the year. Midsummer, Fighting with My Family, and Little Women. She received an Oscar nomination for Little Women. I kind of think she's killing it, and now she's set up for the future, I think. There are definitely some other contestants.
Yeah. So. I mean, Florence Pugh, you're right, absolutely had a great year. I haven't seen Little Women yet. I really tried to go see it, but every time I try to go see it...
How did you really try?
I tried to get to the theater to see it, but the only times after the point where I said I was going to see it was times when I was working. And then when I get to the theater, there was no showtime.
What about your off days?
It was on my off days. They didn't have a time. I promise. I did try to go see it.
I mean, the days you don't work at all.
Yeah.
What you just said was that you couldn't go because it was always during your work hours, and now it's...
Well, yeah, but then the other hours were like... Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Greta Gerwig, I don't think
you're full of shit. Anyway, I saw Fighting with My Family and Midsummer. Those are both 2 really good movies. Yeah. And her performances in both of them are very different. Like in all three of those movies, I haven't seen Little Women, but I'm assuming it's much different than Midsummer, and much different than Fighting with My Family. So she's a very versatile actress that really has kind of found a way for herself into films and morphs into these different characters. Like I know she's not a flashy name yet, but she's definitely someone that we're going to we're gonna know.
She's only 24 right now.
Right. And she's gonna be in the new Black Widow movie, playing Black Widow's sister.
That will help.
No. So I mean that's gonna help.
Yeah.
Speaking of Black Widow, I think someone that had an awesome year, Scarlett Johansson.
That's true.
Scarlett Johansson was in Marriage Story, she was in Jojo Rabbit, and she was in Endgame. Endgame, highest grossing film of all time. And a lot of people coming out of that movie thought that her character didn't quite get the justice that she deserved. It shows a love of the character. That character is now then going to be getting her own movie in 2020. She was got nominated for Best Supporting in Jojo Rabbit and nominated for Best Lead in Marriage Story. I mean, 2 Oscar nominations, 3 amazing films. I mean, that's a pretty awesome year.
That's a pretty good year. Yeah, no, that's definitely a solid one.
Yeah.
The reason I would still go with Florence Pugh is because I'm factoring in the where'd you come from factor.
Right.
Scarlett Jo's been there for a while. This is definitely a great year for her, but she always, I feel like her name is big enough now where she could probably go to any director and be like, hey, I kind of want to work with you. They're like, yeah, okay, yeah.
She's definitely the flashier name, but I think that it's hard to deny.
They're both up there.
Highest grossing film of all time.
Yeah.
And then 2 Oscar nominations. And I
will deny the highest grossing because it's not like she led the film. It's the Avengers Endgame. It's this movie
but that's still, she got paid a lot for that movie. And she had a good performance. That's why I like saying the highest grossing. I'm like, that's fair. Yeah. It's one of the biggest movies of all time. I think that's a big year. She was in one of the biggest movies of all time.
Yeah.
And played a pretty big role.
Yeah.
Also, somebody that had a good year financially as a producer is The Rock.
Oh, okay.
So he produced Fighting with My Family, and he was in it. He had a cameo as himself.
Yeah.
He was starred and produced Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Made a lot of money and had decent reviews. It was okay. It's not an amazing film, but it was positively reviewed.
Okay.
And he was in Jumanji. Again, another film that made a lot of money and was pretty positively reviewed. They're not amazing films, but as a producer and as somebody who was in all 3 of those movies that he produced, that's a pretty dang good year as a producer.
I'm looking at it mainly from an acting perspective.
That's fair.
So sure, good producing, good job. Because I just think if we bring in producers, then you could bring in tons of
That's
people.
True.
Who are like,
That's true.
I produced Endgame.
I think it helps that he also was in all 3 of those. Can we not say
Kevin
movies.
Feige then? Like, would Kevin Feige be the guy with the best year if he had the highest grossing film and then he also had Spider-Man, right? And
maybe.
So that's why I just think
he was also in each of those movies, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but you brought him to produce them.
That's fair. That's fair.
And what I would say, going on that line, is like, I do value then their performances as well. So like, he was in Fight with My Family and he was fine in that. He just didn't have to do anything really. Right. I didn't see the other 2, but I'm assuming they're not very dense roles. They're not like super layered. Which no worries. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is one of the most charming guys ever. So like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd say Keanu might be another guy on this list.
Keanu's been in a lot of movies this year. I mean, he had John Wick 3.
So the Keanu sounds a bit.
A little bit, yeah. Well, he's really.
It's been happening for the past couple years.
I looked at his IMDb. You'd be surprised. He felt relatively consistently working throughout most. Like there weren't too many dips.
I'm not talking about that.
But his popularity is
that's what I mean.
Boomed. Yeah, he
was huge with Matrix, and then he really kind of just became quiet.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really hear, or like these films that were coming out were not as highly touted.
Right.
And he kind of had that stereotype or mocking where we'd be like, whoa, the whole Keanu.
Whoa.
Yeah, right. And now it's like he
had some
like
good
everything
movies
he
this
touches.
year. He had John Wick 3, Parabellum, which was really, really good.
He was in Always Be My Baby.
Always Be My
everyone
Baby.
loved his cameo.
he was
good.
He was played a good meta version of himself, which was really cool. And then he voiced Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4. Yeah. I would say the only ding against him would be Replicas, which came out early in the year. And it was not very good, and did not do well.
No.
But otherwise, he's had a pretty awesome year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna disparage Keanu.
Yeah, he's in the run. I'm not saying
he definitely is. Yeah. But again, like you said though, like Always Be My Maybe, he had a small part.
Yeah.
And the movie itself was not very big. It was popular on Netflix, but it wasn't like super like critically acclaimed.
Oh, I got problems with that film.
Oh, I know. We talked about this. I hope we don't do a Justin ruins Ricky's movies on that one.
Oh, we are. Oh. That's an idea. We'll do it.
No, we're not. Not doing it. Let me look at my list here. I made a little list. Oh, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt had Ad Astra and Once Upon a Time and won the Oscar. Yep.
And not even just that. In his speeches, he really gained more cred too. Right, with his amazing jokes that clearly someone wrote for him. But whatever, he was funny.
Ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So Brad Pitt had a pretty nice year. Let's see who else do I have on my list here. Lupita Nyong'o had a good year.
She did.
A lot of people said that she probably should have been nominated for an Oscar.
She should
have. Us is I think a good movie, not a great movie.
Oh, I
but
disagree.
Her performance.
We're gonna have to go to battle about Us.
I really like Us. I like it more than most people.
You just. I don't think we have to battle to the great part.
I don't think it's great. I think it's really good. But anyway, her performance is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a dual role, and both are so vastly different from each other, and the way she plays it is just so awesome.
What else you got for the year?
She also was in Little Monsters, which was also a really nice performance for her. A movie that early in the year had a little bit of steam behind it for that people were really loving it, but ended up not really quite hitting commercially.
Yeah.
But people were saying that like coming out of like early like festivals and things like that from Little Monsters, people were like Lupita Nyong'o. You got stuff.
Another guy who I thought was definitely, he's not cracking the top 10 probably, but he had a good year, and I just want to give him a shout out, is Kelvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Who
for Waves.
Did Waves and Loose, and I had never seen him before. I don't know if he'd done it.
I think he did that movie, It Comes at Night.
Oh, okay. Well, I did see him.
Yeah, he was the kid.
But Loose was the first time I saw him this year, and I just thought, like, who is this actor,
good.
man? He is really good.
He's good.
Yeah.
Zazie Beetz had a good year.
Zazie Beetz. Shia.
Yeah, Shia's up there.
Shia.
Pony Boy and Peanut Butter Falcon. Zazie had Joker and High Flying Bird.
Yeah.
Which I really like High Flying Bird.
I will say, we don't want to go deep down the Joker rabbit hole, but did anyone actually think that she was his girlfriend in that movie? Like, did anyone actually buy that?
Anybody? I don't know. Me? Not for a second.
And then when he flashes us back to be like, see, she wasn't there. I'm like, yeah, Todd, I knew that. I was aware she was not there.
Let's see, who else do we have on my list here?
I just want to go on Shia there for a moment.
Oh, Shia's so good.
Maybe from a personal standpoint, it might have been the best year ever, because that was a guy who had been in rehab,
was his
and this was his kind of
comeback year
a little bit, right?
Yeah,
he was still doing movies and stuff, but it was kind of another guy kind of like Keanu for a while, where everyone was just mocking.
I think
Shia.
I think worse. People
hated Shia.
People
and I think
were hating on Shia.
I kind of think they still do. I think that's
people always
why
liked
he doesn't
Keanu.
Get the credit, and he is like, I've seen him in interviews. He seems like a pretty tough guy.
Yeah.
He's been hardened, you could tell, but yeah, watching the end of American Honey, the movie about his father and his relationship
Honey
with
Boy.
him. Honey Boy, sorry.
American Honey was a different movie.
That's his other one, yeah. I keep doing that with that.
It's okay. He does a lot of Honey movies.
But you could I just remember I talked to you about it. It's a good movie, but really what was great about it was that he just must have felt so amazing. Getting to explore that, getting to create that movie. That must have been like such a cathartic experience for him.
That's one I haven't seen yet. But Honey Boy. It's just one I haven't caught it. I know, I haven't caught it yet.
No.
But Peanut Butter Falcon was one of my favorite movies of this year.
That was great.
And I thought that he was amazing in it. So fantastic. One of my favorite movies this year. So I definitely, Shia LaBeouf is on my list as well.
Yeah.
He's there. Samuel L. Jackson had a pretty good year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in
Captain
Marvel, Far From Home, Endgame, Glass. I thought he was good in Glass. I didn't think the movie was that great, but I thought he was good.
Was he in Endgame? He must have been in at least some scenes.
At the end.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. They all were.
I was going to say, he wasn't in the final fight scene.
No. Well, no. What was he going to do?
Gun?
What is he going to do?
Give him one of the space guns, yeah! I think they should have done it. They missed an opportunity.
Because he reappears in New York, I guess. But he's at the funeral. And
if we're going if we're doing Marvel, then we'd have to throw Chris Evans in there too.
Chris Evans had a good year. He had Endgame, and then he had Knives Out, which he was really good in. He was
great in, and it got great reviews.
Yeah.
And he also had one of the most iconic scenes, I think, in Endgame, where he picks up Mjolnir. And I don't know if I haven't said that. I tried to just jump it out so that I can just get through it.
No matter what you say, it's kind of close.
He picks up Mjolnir,
Yeah. Mjolnir, yeah. I don't know if I'm saying it right either.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But
I'm sure we're going to get angry comments.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it?
Let's see who else I have. I think we got Awkwafina had a pretty good year with The Farewell, and then she was in Jumanji again, another very successful movie. I mean, her stock is starting to rise quite a bit.
I know she has a new show. I think came out this year, so. Mm-hmm. But still, right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to me, going through the list, that it's either Florence or Scarlett, and I can see it going either way. I mean, I dig the Scarlett because she does have 2 nominations. That's huge, and they were good movies and very different characters.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of people think that Florence Pugh should have had 2 nominations.
Oh, really?
A lot of people think she should have got supporting and lead for Midsommar.
Yeah, I mean,
some people are in that camp.
I mean, I vibe with that because her performance in Midsommar is really remarkable.
So good
to portray that kind of grief. I mean, dude. How's that? How's that for a script you get? In the first 5 pages, I have my entire spoilers. My entire family gets killed, and I have a sobbing scene with my boyfriend.
Again, okay. I don't know if it's a spoiler because it literally happens in the first 2 seconds. Of the movie. It's the basic. It's kind of the setup of the whole movie.
We should do a Midsommar at some point.
I would love to do Midsommar. I don't know if we could get away with it, but
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if we have time for that because we're so busy.
It's our goddamn channel.
That's true. But yeah, so some people argue that she should have gotten a nomination for Midsommar.
Yeah.
So it's very fair, and I love Fighting with My Family.
I think here's my final call for why I think she had the best year. I think Scarlett did a ton of great stuff, but her level of what we think of Scarlett Johansson went from here to here.
That's fair.
She already had a ton of respect in the industry. People loved her. She was box office, very critical box office darling. Florence went from who the heck is that girl to oh my god, Florence Pugh.
Yeah. You're right.
The ascension was
the extenuating circumstances outside of their careers of their star power, their star rise. That the Florence Pugh's success of this year is going to launch her into a bigger career. Scarlett Johansson's already a mainstay, A-list actress.
Right? Yeah, so she went 1 year. Now she gets to be in Marvel.
I can concede that as far as it makes it a better personal year for her. Because she definitely is going to take this year and take it and run with it a little bit more than Scarlett.
Yeah.
Well, because Scarlett's already here.
Because I would not be surprised if Scarlett has other years where it's it was in these 2 great films. Maybe not multiple nominations.
I would say that doesn't happen very often. Only a handful of times in history.
Great work and stuff like that. Whereas Florence is always going to be able to point back. 2019 was an awesome year for me.
Yeah, no, it really was. I mean, there were lots of really great years for a lot of people. I mean, as far as if you want to go into more of just financial success and things like that. I mean, there were some other people that had some good years, but not better career years as I would say Florence Pugh.
But what do you guys think? Are we right? Are we wrong?
Are we missing somebody?
Yeah, are we missing anyone?
Forgetting someone?
Let us know in the comments who you think had the best 2019.
The best. Use whatever criteria you want.
And check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. We got a podcast called
What?
Love Watch. You can listen to us in your car too. I mean, we're just trying to invade your lives. So yeah, get on.
I would love to invade your life. Hey, Love Watchers! Thank you for watching our video today.
If you like it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel.
New videos drop every Wednesday, and the Love Watch podcast drops every Friday.
Leave a comment below, or hey, throw it on our Instagram or our Facebook. The links are below. And let us know what we should love watch next. Peace, everybody.
Goodbye.